Well, hello once again, and my name is Charles Richard, and I got something more in the series that I have been filming in regards to accessories that I particularly like to use with my iPhone 16, which is right here. I use my iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 Pro Max, right, to film these content creations and to do a lot more things, right? Except for things like this particular video in which I use the iPad because I want to show the actual phone and how I use the accessory with the phone. But today, one of the accessories that I use is a very small light. And this light and all my accessories actually fit inside this fanny pack. I got myself a new fanny pack, which I'll make a video about it. It is a Calvin Klein, the New York version, all leather. But I'm going to show you the light, which is what this video is about. And here is the light, and let me put it apart so that you can see it, and I can show you more about how it comes, how I bought it, and how much I paid for it, because I think it is a really good deal with this particular light for what I use it and how I use it. Okay, very important. Okay, the size of the light has a lot to do with how you're going to use it and what the purpose is. This light, the light that I'm going to show you, is very small. This is the light that I'm talking about. It is extremely small. It is the Lume Cube. All right, it is the Lume Cube, the Panel Mini. They've got three models. Okay, this is the Panel Mini. All right, and it's got, I believe, I want to say it's like 100 LEDs, something like that. All right, but anyways, all right. What is important about this light is that it is rechargeable. The light itself, okay, the battery inside it is a built-in rechargeable battery. The battery lasts about 2 hours, depends on how you use it. It's got switches on the side. You can recharge it with this USB-C. It's got a rotary dial, which serves to be able to adjust your different selections and your power button. Now, let me show you what else comes with it. It comes with a diffuser, okay, which you put on the light to be able to diffuse the light and give you a softer look for skin tones. The package that I got also came with this suction cup, because the version that I got is for the GoPro. It's a GoPro version. As you can see here, it's got a GoPro mount, right? But I love the suction cup, and the reason that I got the one with the suction cup is because I can mount it anywhere and everywhere, and actually, put the light, and I can, point it to wherever I want, and that's all I have to do. The suction cups works very well, and it's, well, I got it, thrifting, to be honestly truthful, so I paid very little, but brand new, this light goes for under $60. $60 brand new. This particular light here I picked up for $8 from a thrifty, and it works fabulous. All right, so let me show you a bit about and how I mount it. The way that I mount it, the way that I like to use it, I like to use it in conjunction with my iPhone. And the way that I mount it is I mount it on my, uh, I'll show you. This is the piece that I use, that I've shown before, all right, in which holds very much the iPhone, so that I can put 67 millimeter filters, and that's how I use this. But on the top, I've got what is called a cold shoe. Now, I can mount it two different ways. I can mount it by putting this suction cup, okay, right here, putting it right there, as you can see right there, okay, mounting it this way. But but that is not my favorite way to mount it, and I'll explain to you why, the pros and the cons about it. If I mount it this way, which is mounting it, pretty much like this, and then you just, create your suction, right? If I mount it this way, what happens is when I use my iPhone, and when you use the iPhone and you use your telephoto lens, right, or your widest lens, I should say, not the telephoto, I'm sorry, the widest lens, right, it's going to sort of show this mount. Now, when you're filming, my recommendation is never to use none other than the main lens, which is, a 24, in this particular case, is a 24 equivalent millimeter lens, which in that case, none of this shows. But, but, what happens, okay, is that sometimes if you jerk it hard or you move it, sometimes this can come loose, and it has a couple of times. Although the suction cup works really well, it is not 100%, okay, foolproof if you're doing all kinds of movement. So this is not the way that I mount it. If I was going to mount the light in a place where I'm not moving the light, then yes. But if I'm mounting it here, since I am moving my camera, this would not be the wisest choice for me to mount this light. Instead, what I use, okay, is I use what is called a hot shoe mount. And I'm going to show you this hot shoe mount. Uh, I've actually did a couple of modifications on the hot shoe mount, and I will show you right here. This is the hot shoe mount that I love using. What it is, all right, it's a hot shoe or cold shoe mount. You can see it right there. All right, you mount it. I have replaced the screw with the one that comes with my tripod because I like it that way. I prefer it that way, because it has a rubber seating and it protects the light. But the way that the actual hot shoe is made by Small Rig, and the price on it is like $20, but you can find it used for less money, right? The way that I mount it is, I'm going to show you how it comes first, so that you can see exactly how this shoe mounts. And give me 1 second here as I take this off. All right, it's very simple. Okay, it is composed of this piece, which has sort of like a threaded screw, and it's got two nuts, and one of them is actually to tighten this piece to the either the cold shoe or the hot shoe, and the other one is to tighten the light itself. This is how it comes. This piece is how it comes. Now, what I like to do is I like to mount it on my fixture, my ProMaster, okay, 67 millimeter magnetic mount. I have a cold shoe mount, which I actually attach this to it, and I just bring it back all the way, and then I take my light. Very simple. It's got a threaded on the bottom, on the long side, and it's got a threaded on two sides. So I can either thread it this way or this way. In this case, I'm gonna thread it this way. All right, so I'm just gonna show you really quick. Okay, and then mount it this way. And this is how it looks. When you finish mounting it, that is how it looks. All right, it gives you enough light for something small, something close, something that is near. And that's all you need. That's all I need. So if I am vlogging, all right, it will give me enough light. It is the color on the light itself is adjustable from 3200 Kelvin all the way to 5600. I believe it's 5600. Let me make sure of that. Let me hold it here, and let's make sure of that. It's from 32 to 5600. From 32 to 5600. That's the 5600. And if I hold it down, you can see how it actually goes all the way down to 3200. Okay, I've got it there set at 10%. If I go one more, I'm going to set it at 1%. And what's important about this light, as you can see how well it is, right? Uh, that's just 1%, because that's all you really need. But what's nice about this is notice that because you can adjust the Kelvin, now I can adjust. Personally, what I like to do is I can adjust the skin tones, okay, my skin tones, which is what I like to do. I prefer adjusting my skin tone, and here I'm adjusting it to more daylight. It's right now at let me see, at 4500, so you can see how my skin tone changes, right? I like to get a little bit more towards the warmer look, so I want to bring it down to about the 3200, 3400. That's why you see my face a little bit more orangey, and that's what's nice about this light. But if I wanted to daylight, I can bring it all the way up to 5600, and now you see more of a bluish tint, right? It is very, very good. The light is very, very good. I'm not gonna lie to you. um, Again, it lasts about 2 hours with the battery. See the difference now in the light? Okay, but if I want to even give it a smoother, okay, tone to it, I put this, okay, this little diffuser is what it's called, and I'm gonna show you now with the diffuser. All right, what it looks like with the diffuser. You just simply slide. It's like a little rubbery thing. You just simply slide it, as you can see right here. All right, and that's what it looks like with the diffuser. All right, but let me show you what it does, okay, with the diffuser, because it's really a huge difference, all right, in how it looks. All right, and it's a huge difference in how it looks, because it actually softens. Okay, it actually softens the light quite a bit. All right, and here, okay, I'm gonna take this off. Here we go. All right, and here's what it looks like, okay, with the diffuser. All right, so let me turn it on. Okay, I've got it at 1%, but look how much spread out and how much nicer it looks with the diffuser. It's a really, really good light. It's very well. It's all made out of aluminum, and it is extremely popular and extremely well made. This company makes three lights. Okay, one is the panel mini, the other one is the panel go, and then they have the bigger one, which is just a little bit bigger, which actually you can control the RGB. The difference in prices: this one is 59. The Pro, the Go, that is, I'm sorry, the Go is the panel Go is $99, and the panel Pro is like $160. This is the smallest one. This one is more than enough for doing vlogs. That's what I use it for. This is not going to do a like one of those if you have a setup that you actually use neat lights to do like a studio lighting or stuff like that. That is not what this is for. Okay, this is meant to go in front of a camcorder to film interviews, that sort of stuff. It is excellent for that purpose. It is excellent, and because this is how I use it, it is excellent. It is very small. You can see the size of it compared to my iPhone 16 Pro Max. You can see how slim it is compared to the size of my uh, iPhone with the diffuser. The diffuser adds a little bit more depth to it, okay, because there is a separation so that the light itself, because it gets, it can get hot, it doesn't melt the rubber. This is made out of some sort of a rubbery material, and it makes it a little bit thicker. But the unit itself, okay, the unit itself, again, let me take it off so you could see it one more time. The unit itself is extremely, extremely thin. Do I recommend it? 100%. This is called, again, one more time, this is um, the Lume Cube Panel Mini. Okay, look how small it is. Look how small it is and how powerful it is. It is like a solid brick. It is made really, really, really good. And I'm gonna put it really quick over here so you can see the thinness compared to my phone. Look at that. Look at the thinness compared to my phone. Can you see it there? See the thinness compared to my phone? Look at that. Okay, very, very thin. Okay, very thin, very well made. The back, you have a little screen, and on the screen it shows you three things. It shows you, okay, it shows you how much how much charge you have left in your battery. It shows you the percentage that you're using, of the intensity of how much light you're using, and it shows you your color temperature, all right, in Kelvin. This particular one, I have it set at 4700, all right, and that's how it's set right now. Then again, on the side, you have the controls, which is for the power on. It also serves for your selector. Then you have a rotating dial. Let me see if you can see it there. Maybe I gotta put it this way so you can see it better. Okay, there it is. Your selector, and you have your USB-C. All right, to charge. That allows you to charge your light, and and yes, it is 100%. I love it. I love the light. This I recommend very highly if you want to keep your setup really light. Again, this light is meant to do something very short distance. It is not meant to do a huge studio light or anything like that. That is not what it's meant. Okay, what I use it for is as a fill light for when I do selfies. So, anyways, let me know what you think. Okay, my name is Charles Richard. If Oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I've got a lot more stuff coming about my little portable setup. My next video, I'm going to talk to you guys about thrifting and how much I actually paid for this very expensive. Because if you go to the stores, they're very expensive. This is a Calvin Klein fanny pack, which is what I now use to carry everything in it. So I'm going to tell you that on the next video, and I got more things that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to start showing you how I use my editing when I do my little videos, how I do my editings with CapCut and with DaVinci Resolve for the iPad. DaVinci Resolve for the iPad does a lot of stuff. Anyways, guys, again, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.